What's going on, FUMoney? Seems like it's been forever, but we're back. How you doing?
Another day, another dollar.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm in the same boat, man. Fucking working 50, 60 hours a week is killing me. But my pocket fat, I'm happy with that. So,
You're back into that summertime grind.
fuck yeah, dude. It seems like the summertime is the busiest time. Like, once the weather starts getting nice and shit. But, like, luckily this week it's been nice and relaxing and shit since all the rain and stuff. And so we've had a bunch of downtime and whatnot. So I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's make some videos, see what happens.
You
So,
know, that's nice when you have the break. But you brought up this topic like when we were because I don't like to go to the stores by myself. So
oh yeah,
we were
same.
talking about this. We were bullshitting the whole time. And at first when he brought up this topic, it was another one of those that I was like, I don't want to go there. I don't know this. And then like the more I indulged myself deeper into it to educate myself about it, the more I was like, damn, this is pretty cool. This is really interesting. So I'll let you tell them since it was your idea, buddy.
Dude, I talk about so many things. You're gonna have to tell me what topic you're talking about.
We're going to talk about the one, the only, the motherfucker in charge of this shit right now, Elon Musk.
Oh, got my hopes up. I was like, yeah, fuck, dude. So like, yeah, that whole thing that's going on is fucking huge, man.
Him
Because
buying Twitter.
yeah, because he really wants freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? And like, that's what America's founded on is fucking your First Amendment right. And he wants that shit. And like, there are so many. Like, I was watching a video today, and so many people are like lobbying against this shit to stop him from fucking pretty much having freedom of speech. Because like he was talking about the Gershwin Maxwell trial or whatever, fucking Epstein's partner in crime. He
Oh,
he wants
shit.
those names released. Like this man is fucking going for the throat, dude. And like there are so many people pissed off at him, and it's all because he wants to expose all their corruption and bullshit that's going on right now. You know, like and in an unrelated but related topic, like there are several. Like I haven't really dove into this rabbit hole yet, but there are several food processing plants that have mysteriously burnt to the ground or had accidents like that and shit like that, and the media's not talking about it. But yet, fucking, what was it, 6, 8 months ago? They were talking about food shortages are coming, and now all this shit's happening. Like, bro, like I don't really want to be on my conspiracy bullshit and let everybody see that, but at the same time, like people need to wake the fuck up and realize what's really going on in this world and how much of this shit, and I can't I don't know if I could say the Rona, so we're gonna call it the itis. Like that shit, man. Like there was so much disinformation and bullshit spread about just that one topic alone. And every time a fact would come out or something that would contradict their narrative, dude, they block that shit. Like Zuckerberg and fucking Jeff Bezos, man, they're fucking trying to cock block the shit out of this stuff because Bezos owns like the Wall Street Journal or the Washington Post or something like that. Like, he owns one of the big newspapers. And Zuckerberg's Facebook, and so they're fucking like bed buddies or whatever with this
That meta
disinformation.
world, that meta world shit that's now Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, like, I didn't know this. Like, I'm still like technically banned on like certain things on Facebook for another fucking few days. Like it
Still,
kept saying like restrictions. Like, but now it
Justin's
says you're
on
restrict.
probation.
Yeah, but like I didn't know like it was for a month, but it was like your comments towards anything are going to be listed at the bottom because of the way you talk about shit. And
Mm-hmm.
all I said is I was going to knock on my friend's door and kick him in the nuts.
Dude,
And they're like, that's violence.
I get
Like,
that all the time. Like when I was sharing stuff, like when I was sharing all my political shit or whatever, they're just like, if you keep sharing disinformation, like your shit might be moved to the bottom of people's news feed and blah blah blah.
that's what it said. That's exactly it, bro.
Yeah, and that's why I think that we're not getting like when I post on the FUMoney page or my page or whatever, and like a bunch of people aren't seeing it and shit. I think that's why. So I just fucking pretty much quit posting all that shit. Fucking, I was just like, I'm just gonna make it all positive stuff. But dude, that's just That's just going to show you the type of control that they have over the fucking whole thing, you know, and why they're so pissed at Elon for doing what he's doing. Is he's gonna fucking do all this shit, dude. He's just like people. He said himself, he's like, I want even my critics to be able to say what they want, and that's huge right there, dude. That guy's balls are fucking. I'm surprised that he can carry them. They're so big, dude. Like he's
I
really
I
going for it.
actually I actually like since all this has happened, like I knew he was like a huge creator of everything and like just like super risky. Like but
Mm-hmm.
then like I started watching and like indulging in the person that he is. And like everybody throwing him under the bus from ex-wives and shit, like his first wife. Like that dude's got 5 kids and shit, but like his
Dude,
childhood.
he was dating Amber Heard. Like,
I know. I got a super badass crush on her. Like, and
yeah,
not
I
because
know.
she
You've told me,
not because she shits in beds, but I mean whatever. Dude,
dude.
I didn't even know she was the chick in the Aquaman movie because she has red hair in there. I didn't know that. But like this dude, like his childhood, like was like his first wife was explaining that it's like when he was a kid, everybody picked on him for thinking like the way that he thought. And he was always afraid that people were going to call him crazy and lock him up when he was a kid. He's like, I don't ever want nobody to know what I'm thinking because if they get a hold of this and know that I think like this, I'm just going to be called fucking crazy and labeled crazy. Like when he walked home from school as a kid, the other kids would follow him and throw fucking pop cans at him and shit and make fun of him. And he's like, I never fit in. And then, like, come to find out, like, when he first hosted SNL, he's like, I'm the first SNL host to openly admit I have Asperger. And that's a form of autism. But really, like, it just means your mind thinks faster than everybody else's. And you pick apart things differently. And that's kind of what this dude did. He
Mm-hmm.
lives on a new planet and that's kind of like I heard about him wanting to buy a piece of Mars and shit like that. And like his
Dude,
wife left him.
he's the richest dude in the world. Let him buy what he wants, you know? Like, I don't understand. I mean, with the censorship stuff aside, let him buy fucking Twitter, dude. Like, it just, this shit blows my
Like,
mind that they're making such a big deal out of it, you know? And then shortly after his acquisition of it or whatever, then they come out with this censorship board or whatever run by Homeland Security. Dude, there's some fuckery afoot, man. I'm not here
like,
for it.
but I like this dude. Like he was
Same.
sitting there at it, like, cause like that Grimm's chick that he's with, like how I think he's got other kids with her, but like had interviews with her and she was talking about like depression and the darkness of life and she's like honestly I like that stuff.
Uh-huh.
She's like because the darkness is how I make my best ideas. And then like it followed with like an interview with him that he's like it isn't always a bad thing to be fucking sad because it could bring the best out of you. And he's like, yes, I overindulged myself in work. All of his wives were like, all he does is work constantly. And it affects his relationships. But he wants to have a chick or a relationship that is there. Well, he does his bullshit. Or not his bullshit, but his best ideas. And I agree with that in a sense. Like, having a girl around, having a relationship, that's normal. And it's comforting, but yet you still got to work. And when you have such a powerful mind, such as his, it's never going to stop. And he's dealt
Leave it
with
to
this since
Justin
he
to
was a,
bring it back to the girls.
but like, yeah, like it's nice to have him around and nice to have a relationship, but yet your work and your mind is never going to stop. Like, there was a thing that said like he sold 20,000 flamethrowers. He invented a flamethrower and sold 20,000 of them on the internet. And they're like,
Bunch of
he's
crazies
nuts.
out there. Everybody
But
wants
I
a
mean,
flamethrower. Who doesn't want to fucking scoop their driveway with a flamethrower? I'm just saying. You know? Goals as fuck right there.
dude, no scooping, just
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. Need a light your
I
cigarette or
actually
whatever, just post it up, but go back, you know.
I was actually listening to Bob and Tom in the morning, and Christy's got one. The chick on there, and they're like, "You got a flamethrower to scoop your fucking driveway?" Like, yeah, people like that. But Elon Musk, he is such a, what is the word, like revolutionary?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he is got the balls to do what nobody else does.
Yep. And there's a lot of people, like, I saw this thing and it's like, oh, you know, they're coming for Elon or whatever. And it's like, dude, I hope this man has fucking armed security 24/7 now. Because, dude, man, they're going to Epstein him, essentially, you know? And it's sad. It's sad to watch because he's fighting so hard for our freedom, you know? And a lot of people don't see it like that. They're like, oh, he just wants to come with his conspiracy theories and shit like that. And, like, you know, what's the difference between a fact and a conspiracy theory? About 6 months. You know, like the Hunter Biden laptop shit. Like they're just like, oh no, that's disinformation and blah blah blah, and it was blocked everywhere. And now they're coming out and they're like, no, it's real, you know, and like he's being investigated and shit like that. Like, dude, the conspiracy rabbit hole is fucking huge, and it's just people don't want to see that shit. They just want to bury their head in the fucking sand and be like, no, 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 that ain't happening, that ain't happening, that ain't happening. You know,
Well,
but
fuck. Look at the shirt, Jimi Hendrix.
dude, but I'm
Like, there's
saying
conspiracy around him and his
Tupac,
death.
dude, everybody, man. But it's like, look around, people. Open your fucking eyes. You
And that's
know?
what they don't want is somebody with an open third eye and an open mind towards the world.
Mm-hmm.
They want you to be like Hunger Games. Everybody wear Hunger Games and Squid Games. Everybody wears the same shirt, everybody looks the same and fights to fucking have a place in life and to survive for their family and shit.
Not
And
only
that's really
that,
what
but
they want.
public transportation and shit like that. Like, dude, this honestly, this topic should have been a fucking podcast because, dude, we're at like 12 minutes right now, and I'm just like, fuck, man. There's
All right,
still so much
we're
more
gonna
to say.
no,
You
we'll
know?
keep going. We'll keep going on this one because like it literally affects all of us. Like shit, I was reading something that somebody actually one of our friends posted about like the government's not passing this and that and it's like some of them are trying to win for us and then some of them are really trying to like make us literally so blind. I feel like personally they are, and I've heard that they were doing this, but now I feel like I physically see it. They are trying to separate the upper class and the upper echelon and lower poverty, and they're trying to eliminate middle class. That's all there is to this shit.
Nah,
Like
dude, like
it,
what they're trying to do is the 0.001%, the millionaires and billionaires, they're trying to fucking boost them way up and basically enslave us. Like that's why everything's fucking so expensive because your average everyday Joe like you and I, we're fucking struggling, you know? And it's like, yeah, sure, we make more money than fucking we made last year, but when you look at inflation and that bullshit, like dude, you're making less. Not only that, but they're falsely reporting on that inflation number, dude. I mean,
and
look at gas prices, food prices. You know, it's fucking ridiculous.
well, shit, 10 years ago, me and my mom were talking about this that everybody that wants like minimum wage to go up or blah, 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 like every time that happens, they give you 50 cents more. But then your gallon of milk goes up 75 cents more or $1 more.
Mm-hmm.
Every time minimum wage goes up, everything else goes up double. So we're really just chasing it still. Like we're
Yes and
never
no.
getting ahead.
You know, like as the cost of living goes up, think about that. Like, so let's say your house goes from $1,000 to $1,500 or whatever. Where's that money going? To that corporation. Like what it is those corporations are being greedy and they don't want to take less profits. You know, even though that house costs them, you know, $300 a month, they're still netting all that profit, but they don't want to fucking dig into their cash flow. You know, it's just them being greedy is all it is corporate greed, you know, and it's just like the whole itis, we talked about that earlier. Like that was the biggest wealth transfer in history, because everybody was having to buy from Amazon or, go here, go there, and what did it really hurt? It hurt your local businesses.
I feel like they wanted to see if we could make everybody fucking stay at home. Like
Yeah.
the whole martial law shit that they were putting in order, like the whole like fucking like we're not on probation here,
Mm-hmm.
but yet they issued curfews. And if you didn't, then this, and they're fucking saying they'll send military in after you. Like when I worked at my other job, they made it so like I had to ride around with a piece of paper that if I got fucking pulled over, it could be like, here's why he's out because he's an essential worker.
Mm-hmm. But dude, like,
During
here's the thing that pisses me off about that whole fucking scam. Okay, like they tried to divide us. First it was the race war. It was black versus white. The BLM shit. Whatever.
Yep.
you know and then that wasn't working because people were getting hip to that game. They're just like, no, if you're good people, you're good people. I don't give a fuck what color you are. So then they fucking were like, all right, well, that's not working, so let's do something else. And so then the fucking world organization fucking released the fucking itis on us, you know and everybody wants to blame people. They're, oh, you're not vaccinated, you're fucking vaccinated, blah 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 blah, and just people bitching at each other. But they're failing to look at the bigger picture. Who released this fucking shit? Do you really think a level 3 or 4 whatever biolab is gonna have a leak? I don't fucking think so, dude. And then
and I mean
to try and say it came from bats or whatever in the wet markets of China. Fuck you, dude.
and I, and I mean like literally with all that shit, like it's slowly disappearing.
Well, yeah, because
Like
we got
you
something else to focus on now. It's the fucking Ukraine shit.
exactly.
And that's
Did
the
you
old
hear
bait and
that?
switch.
I heard that they like gave $3 billion to the Ukraine for this shit.
Dude, I read
They
47 billion. So
see
your guess is as good as mine, but where do people get their news from? MSNBC, CNN, all these bullshit
exactly,
organizations and shit.
exactly.
Who's
So who's
actually
right,
telling the
who's
truth?
wrong?
Yeah.
But then you got people again. Bring it back to Elon Musk, who's like, let me at least give you a voice
Mm-hmm.
without doing it like a Facebook where you're fucking flagged. I mean, come on, dude. Who flags me? Like Justin Rogue on a fucking Wednesday for telling my friend I'm gonna kick him on the nuts
Dude,
over a prize winning competition, like, and they're literally analyzing every fucking thing, every word that'll go through a database.
and see, that's why I don't like making videos like this that are political, because there again, like, we're going to be on some lists for this shit, for one.
And
And
I
for
don't
two,
either.
people that, like, may disagree with us or agree with us or whatever, then that's going to cause fights or whatever. And it's like, look, people, I'm not trying to, these are all my opinions and Justin's opinions. These aren't facts, as you would call them, I mean, they are, but,
Yeah, and
there are
I
opinions. And, like,
I
I don't
don't
want to
care.
get
Yeah,
mad.
I don't care if people, anybody even watching disagree. Like it's not to like be in an argument over.
Mm-hmm.
Like even this, like we didn't know what exactly we were gonna say to each other. We just happened to like feel the same vibes. But it's
For
like
sure.
I just like freedom of speech. Like,
Exactly.
isn't that why the United States or whatever, we broke apart and had our independence because we wanted to do our own thing and freedom of speech was supposed to be an amendment so that we could at least think freely, do our own things as individuals?
Yeah, but
Like,
that all comes back to the conspiracy theories, man, and the illusion of power and shit like that, because Congress and fucking the president, all those people, they're supposed to be working for us, but at the same time, they're trying to push mandates and enslave us. Like, what the fuck? Like, taxes weren't supposed to be a permanent thing, you know? Here they are,
okay,
fucking keep going up and up and up and up.
it's just like you seen the new shit about like they're taking what is it, the interest rate up to lower other stuff so people ain't borrowing as much money.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you haven't read all that?
Mm-mm.
That's like the new thing that they call it the feds, the federal government is trying to pass so that like anybody who borrows money against money they don't have, the interest rate towards that is supposed to go higher so that they think that way the cost of living and everything will go down because people will quit borrowing money they don't have.
How
I've
the
read that
fuck's
shit for the last week.
how the
I've been
fuck's
on
that
night.
gonna work?
That's what they're saying. I've been on night shift for the last 2 weeks. So like the whole world's been dead as I'm at work just researching shit. Like,
See, and I don't have that kind of time on my hands lately, dude. Like I said, fucking this is the first week that I've actually had like not necessarily downtime, but way less hours, dude. Like it's just been fucking crazy lately. But I'm here for it, you know, like that's what I signed up for. Like that's my bread and butter's the summer, so whatever.
and see, that's my job. Like, it's just 2 weeks days, 2 weeks nights. So I have time, and every 2 weeks I have time to like look at that shit, just like how I looked up Elon Musk and what kind of a person he was. Did like my background checks on him before I spoke about him,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Like, either way, like, I think it's cool that he tried to buy that. I did see a funny meme, though, that I want to like leave on this topic, or well, this note, because it ain't a topic, but it said, Elon Musk says, next, I'm gonna put back in Coca-Cola. That's my next goal. It was a meme, but I was like, oh shit, he's coming for their throat.
Yeah, dude, I've seen a bunch of those, but anyway, let us know if you guys
Yeah,
want us to cover more on this topic because we'd be happy to. Like, we could make this into like a full blown podcast if you want. Hit us up in the comments. Let us know. We'll see you in the
because we
next one.
don't
What?
because we don't do political stuff
Yeah,
ever. That's not a FUMoney thing. This just happened to come
it's
across the
relevant.
timeline.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know. So let us know what you like, what you don't like. Peace.